and energy and so many other things. So when we please Krishna, we automatically are happy. It's just like liberation. See, the devotee does not strive for liberation because he has Krishna. If you have Krishna, you automatically have liberation. Similarly, a devotee does not strive for happiness because he has Krishna. If you have Krishna, you automatically have happiness. So you don't need to strive for it. How can I explain this? This is such a subtle point, but it's like one of these really simple common sense things. If I have $1 million, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Isn't it? I already have the money. I'm not worried about money. Money is not an issue. Money is not a problem. Am I going to get a job and go to work? No. No way. I'm going to sit around at home or travel or do whatever I like. Similarly, a devotee, when he has Krishna, he has all these things. He has opulence, he has knowledge, he has power, he has love, he has happiness, he has everything he needs. Because Krishna is the source of all these things. So when Krishna is there, all these things come automatically to the devotee without any effort. Just if we please Krishna. What have I been doing for the last 5 years or so? Just talking about Krishna. I haven't done anything else. And yet I've been traveling around, going all these cool places, meeting all these people, doing all this stuff. I mean, come on, people. It's not that I'm some kind of con artist and I'm like tricking people into giving me money or something. Try to understand. I'm simply glorifying Krishna with my words. Even I have no qualification to do. I have no leadership skills. My leadership skills are, well, how do I feel about this? Okay, let's do that. I like this. I don't like that. Let's do this. That's the extent of my leadership qualification. You see why I held off being guru for so long? I don't know what I'm doing. But somehow Krishna is guiding me. Somehow Krishna is supplying everything necessary for our mission. I don't know how exactly he's doing it, but that's okay. It's his business. I just trust Krishna. Because I trust Krishna, he helps. I mean, it's mysterious. It's far out. It's really cool. Okay? But one thing I'm not worried about is, how am I going to be happy? I mean, that's like the last thing I worry about. I mean, can't you tell I'm happy? Okay? No big deal. It's like normal. It's normal because I have Krishna. Or, my lion.
Also Krishna.
Yeah, it's Krishna. So because I have Krishna, therefore happiness is not an issue. Money is not an issue. Safety is not an issue. Knowledge is not an issue. Liberation is not an issue. Pious activities, nada. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. In the beginning, you have to follow these regulative principles. Because in the beginning, we don't have any of these things. So by following the regulative principles, one becomes qualified. And then gradually all these things come. Just like the devotee I was telling the story, he was chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. And now after 6 or 8 months, his problems are gradually going away. Maybe it's not going to happen overnight, but 6 or 8 months or a year. When I started chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, I had just had a serious heart attack. I had malaria. I was kicked out of the temple in Bombay after raising 1.5 million rupees for them. These rascals, try to understand how nasty they are. They kicked me out of the temple. I was sick. My wife had just left me. Horrible. Everything was going wrong. My response was, well, I don't want to do anything. I want to just chant Vishnu Sahasranam. So I started chanting because it's promised in the Phala Shruti section that whatever, any distress or disease or anything that's wrong in your life, you chant this mantra, it will go away. And I believe that. So I started chanting, and then I chanted Vishnu Sahasranam once a day, every day for 12 years straight, besides my rounds and all that. And gradually, all my problems went away. Now, when I go to the doctor, they say, oh, we can tell that you had a heart attack, but you are completely cured. The doctor couldn't believe this. In San Francisco, I had a little bit of a relapse one time. When was that? 2003, 2004. And so I started chanting Vishnu Sahasranam again. And I went, the doctor was telling me, oh, you have to have angioplasty and blah, blah, blah. And I went to the health food store and I said, what do you got for heart condition? Oh, cayenne pepper. Started taking cayenne pepper, chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. 6 weeks later, I went back to the doctor and did a treadmill test. There was nothing wrong. It was all fixed. And then they couldn't believe it, so they did a sonogram. Sonogram is really amazing. They put these transducers on your chest and they actually image your heart with sound waves. Pretty amazing. And they were going through looking at the valves and the veins and all this stuff, and the guy said, everything's fine. It's normal. And by that time I was like walking 6 miles a day, every day. It's okay, you're normal. The doctor couldn't believe it. So if you chant these mantras, if you do this process, if you take shelter of Krishna, you will get the result. See, if my preaching has any value, it's because I've experienced all these things, and I can tell you from my own experience, it's true. So you try it. Try the process. We're not asking for faith, we're asking you to try it. Try it and you'll get the result. If you don't get the result, it means you did something wrong, that's all. Okay. Lots of chatter. Look at all that.
Okay. So question from Indira. If we apply ourselves intensely with the aim of enlightenment, that's a sentence. If we bring about the explosion of insight via the application of acute intelligence and swift awareness, then does the enlightenment state descend directly as a result of the insight which shatters the time-bound, desire-driven thinking process?
That sounds like jnana yoga. We're practicing bhakti yoga. There's a stage of bhakti yoga which is called Jnana Mishra Bhakti, which means devotional service mixed with knowledge. In the beginning, the very neophyte stages of devotional service, there's a need for some knowledge. So we have so many books that you can read. But the enlightenment that we experience is not the result of the activities that we do. It's a gift that's given by Krishna when we become qualified to receive it. Try to understand. This is mercy.
She's like the other way, right?
Yeah, it's not that we can do it. There's no way that we can do something that will result in attaining complete liberation. Because every time we try to do something, we become further implicated in material activities, even if they're only subtle material activities like thinking, willing, desiring, and so on. Try to understand. The mind is so tricky, Oh, I've done this and I can do that, so I'll do devotional service and then I'll do liberation. No, you can't do liberation. As soon as there's a question of doing, then there's no liberation because you're engaged with the modes of material nature. Try to understand our philosophy. Krishna has internal potencies, which are fully spiritual. And he has external potencies, which are material. The spirit soul is the marginal potency, Tatastha Shakti, which is in the middle between the two. So the living entity can be engaged either with the external material potency or the internal spiritual potency, depending on his will. By our will, by our desire. We can desire to be engaged in material activities that give fruitive results. Fruitive means cause and effect, karma. The karma kanda is there in the Vedas for gross material